Man, am I proud of my team. What a special group we have. They're really hard to guard. And, you know, I thought defensively we won the game because we were consistent defensively. The first half, we were horrible on the offensive end, but yet we defended well enough to be down 1. We felt like we should be down 15. And then in the second half, we were good. You know, we did a fabulous job on Rodriguez. Demetrius mostly, but we switched some stuff too. And then we did find that offensive rhythm with that smaller lineup, which helped us on both ends because we could switch everything defensively and not get worried about being distorted in ball screens, which they run all the time. And then it really spreads the floor out and opens the floor out for drives and kicks to shooters. And so, you know, hard-fought win, great to be 5-1 in the league. They're really good.
At what point did you just say, look, we just got to go 5 out and just run the way you did?
Yeah, and you know, I almost it was as much a defensive move because you know your big guys are up there the whole time showing on ball screens, and then they get distorted, and it's just not good to have to do that all the time. And they just keep doing it. You know, they just keep doing it. You don't play post defense against Miami. Your big guys never play post defense. And to have Bonzi and Zach doing that all the time wasn't the best, but we really couldn't switch with them. So we just went smaller. And again, when you have a guy like Connaughton who can really guard anybody and rebound against anybody, you know, you feel you can rebound all right. But I thought our other guys helped us rebound too. Certainly then when we got down on the other end, the floor is wide open for drives, and I thought that's where Jaron was really able to get going and score on a drive and kick to shooters off of drives.
How often do you work with that lineup?
Well, if you look at the last two possessions of the first half against Virginia here and against Georgia Tech, we went small. We subbed. We used our timeout, and VJ hit a 3 both times.
So, but it's more of a end of game, end of half.
Yeah, but we were in it more yesterday. We came because we said, you know what, we do that for special situations. Why don't we try? Because your initial reaction is, well, we won't be able to guard or rebound. Hell, we can't rebound anyways. So you know, I mean, why don't we just play small and have some more firepower on the floor? So we got that group some more reps for the first time yesterday, and darn if we didn't need them today.
At one point, you were 2 of 16 from 3-point. What kind of courage does it take to be the guy to take that 17
Well,
shot?
you know, they play for a heck of a coach, baby, because they're not looking over their shoulder. And I'm a firm believer in the law of averages, you know, because we can shoot the ball. But what helped us, Al, was the smaller lineup spread the floor out, and we were getting cleaner looks because we were getting drives from Jaron or D and kicking to guys for really clean looks. And that helped us shoot better. But, you know, our numbers, you know, we're a good shooting team. You just feel eventually we're going to make some. And our guys are kind of poised, like they don't panic. Like they keep taking them, and, you know, coach is a little nervous, but they keep taking them.
Loosest coach in America?
Still the loosest coach in America. Got to be, you know. To play our offense, those guys, they have a free mind, you know.
Mike,
real loose at 5-1.
Mike, down by 12, you say you didn't panic, but a sense of urgency with the players? Is that what
sure.
kind of got the energy going?
You know what's neat about this group, and I told them after the locker room, we had a timeout. We were down against Tech, and we were down against these guys. And there's really not panic or you know, worry or discouragement. Like, they do have a strong belief that they're going to figure out a way to win. I mean, they show signs of being a special team. I flat out told them that, and it's certainly needed as we move forward in this league.
How do you develop that? How do you develop that focus or mental toughness to?
Well, I think you've got look at the individual personalities. I think when you start with our 2 seniors, those guys are just rock solid, experienced college basketball players that have done a great job setting the tone. Demetrius Jackson's mental toughness and leadership is vastly underrated. You know, with our team, he has taken people by. You know, he is strong and talks in timeouts and practices. He's set a great tone for us. Vastoria is rock solid. You know, he doesn't waver. The thing that I've been interested to see is Beecham is starting to become that way. He's blossoming into being a more mentally and physically tough player.
Mike, I know you were kind of pessimistic the other day about Zach coming back. How much of a relief was that for you to see?
Well, I don't know if I came off pessimistic. I was probably just guarded. Maybe that's a better word. But it's great to have him back. And, I felt, he was going to have a chance to work himself back. He handled his business and did what he had to do. And what he did today was totally predictable because it was been an interesting week for him. I love the fact that we have 3 full days of practice, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to get him back in a rhythm, because that's what he needs to get back in a rhythm before we play again.
And I know you said it wasn't an honor code thing. I just wondered if at this point, now that he's completed it, if you could, elaborate on what the issue was. Was it an incomplete?
I will not elaborate on that, but you have a great night. I love you, but you have a great night.
Rodriguez caused Duke all kinds of trouble.
Yeah.
Talk about the defensive effort your team did.
Well, I thought Demetrius Jackson took that as a big-time challenge. Rodriguez has given a lot of people the blues, and he never got going. And I give Demetrius a lot of credit for that. Also, then we switched a lot of stuff with that smaller lineup, and different guys were guarding him. Steve had him one time. BJ had him one time. Pat had him one time. And they took away, we just wanted to take away the three-point shot and made him get into the lane and be more of a playmaker, because he lights you up with threes. That's what he did to Duke. That's what he did to Florida. They're a great road team. I think they were 5-1 on the road in neutral sites before today. They have a road swagger about them. That's why I think it's a really good win for us.
Mike, were you surprised? I don't know if surprised is the word, but they kind of blinked when you went small. They got a couple layups, then they went small, and Beacham's the tallest guy on the floor.
I even think they started the game differently. They started Reed, who's a smaller guy, and I told our guys. Now we couldn't take advantage of it, but everyone has downshifted to us. They really did in the last 10 minutes. They went back to the big fella for a little bit. He made a layup, then he missed one, and then they said to heck with it and got him out. And of course, then when they're like that, you feel defensively okay. I mean, they're not going to throw it into them, even though I wouldn't mind them. Oh, there's a mismatch. Throw it to him, because that's not what they do in their offense. It was, and I think Jim realized that and put his guards out there, and it was 10 guards on the floor facing up and driving and kicking and shooting.
There's the sequence where they had the 3 straight offensive rebounds, but after that, you guys pretty much clamped down. I mean, even with the small lineup, and didn't allow too many.
Yeah, I mean, for them to only get 9, and I think Georgia Tech had 12. Now both. It's a weakness of ours, and we keep an eye on it, but it didn't hurt us tonight.
Coach, with Jaron, struggling with shooting the last couple of games, how nice is it to see?
Yeah, I just felt he was due too, and I thought he got going in the first half and really felt good. So we were doing some things. The small lineup helps him because it opens the floor for him to just go make a play or make a shot. And he was, we've seen him in some great rhythms here, controlling the game. He was fabulous, during that last 12 minutes.
Last year he missed, the second half of the season with his issue. How much of a difference maker has he been for this team and the success you guys have seen so far?
Oh, he's been huge, and he's come back. He's better for it. He's come back more mature. I never thought he would be a leader, and nor did I care. I just wanted him to be a great player. But he's been a voice, along with Connaughton, kind of setting the tone for this team, and the guys really look up to him. He gives guys confidence. He's the kind of guy that he gives his teammates confidence.
That puts you up to today's game puts you to 5-2 in close and overtime games this season. And I went back and looked over the course of the last 5 years, and that actually takes you to 31-15. How's your preparation evolved over the years in that, and what has worked so well?
Well, it's a great question, and we do game situations every day. Down 1, up 1. What are we going to run? Against zone. Man, getting the ball inbounds at the end, and we know they're going to foul. We do 3 or 4 of them every day, starting with the first day of practice. And you know what's so funny? Many times in a game, the game situation that is up on the board, we've done it. And we may have done it the day before. And I'll say to the guys, fellas, this look familiar? They go, Coach, we did that one yesterday. And so there's a comfort level because we rep it in practice, and then we've had really good guards to win close games. That helps.
How good was it for this team to have Hawkins around?
He spoke to our guys yesterday, and for 15 minutes they didn't take their eyes off him. What a class act. Now, he put some pressure on me at the end of the talk, which when we're down 12, I'm thinking, oh, God. He goes, hey, you got to win one for the Hawk. And I'm thinking, oh, Hawk, thanks, buddy. I really need that tonight. You know, Miami's tough enough. So we're down 12, and I told him he was out doing the alma mater. I said, Hawk, you put a lot of pressure on me, buddy. I'm glad we got it done. But a trailblazer for us, for our guys to hear some of the stories of when he played here was just amazing. And I am so never has there been or will there be a more unanimous guy to go up there. You know, every other guy we'll put up, they'll probably be, well, what about him first? Or what about him? And even some of the other, but this guy was, oh yeah, Tommy Hawkins has got to go up. And he was on injured reserve last night. We put him, you know, he was a little sick. The guy played hurt today, like he always has. So, you know, Sid Catlett was here. And here's the effect that Tommy Hawkins had on many guys, especially African-American players that came after him. Sid was in my office yesterday, and he said, you know, Coach, I woke up, and that snow was coming down. I had an 8 a.m. class, and I'd look out there and go, man, I don't know if I want to go. And then I would think to myself, if Tommy Hawkins could get up and walk through this to class, I can do it. And I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful. So a special man went up there today.
Mike, a couple of the guards said that they hadn't even ran that lineup in practice. What was it about that point in the game that you said, I'm just going to throw this in?
Well, we did it a little bit yesterday. We haven't done it at long stretches. We finished the last 2 halves and got a 3-point shot with that lineup. But you know what's interesting? You know, we got shots in the post from our guards, so we didn't need a big guy. You know, I mean, they were cutting in there, and Pat posted, Steve posted. We got some cuts, and you know, as much as it opens up for a drive and it opens up for a drive and kick, it opens up for cuts for layups, and we had some really good. Now, Jaron's screen and cut was beautiful basketball. You know, he fade screened somebody and cut to get that 3-point play, which was a huge play.
You gave Bomsey his first start of his career. What are your thoughts on how he played?
Yeah, I love him. I love him. You know, he's still trying to get a feel for playing with our guys offensively, but he has instincts, and he fights, and he's a battler. And, you know, that's a heck of a tall order to start him, and then he's guarding ball screens the whole night. You know, that probably wasn't the best for him either, and that's why we got away from it. But he is a key guy for us moving forward. Thanks, guys.